Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? Kevin here, coming back at you with another video. Alright, so right now I just wanted to give you guys a little update on the expansion chamber. We're going to be getting this done relatively soon. But right now we're at a standstill, and I'm going to show you guys why. But I think I figured it out today. Alright, so see these shocks. Here's the dilemma. I went and ordered a pair of shocks for it, but they have the little expansion chamber right here that hangs down. Okay? So I'm going to show you guys what I've been working on. I'm working on different prototypes of the exhaust. Okay? So this is one right here. That's the tip that I have to use on either one of them. Okay? So I just got these. It's held together with collars. This is kind of a mock-up. This ain't an actual thing yet. Okay? So I was going to put this in so it goes around the frame, goes into the exhaust, comes out right like that, and then the exhaust tip will go right here. But there's a couple problems. One, when I put the exhaust tip on that, it hangs way past the fender. I'm going to pause you for a second and I'll show you. And just making the whole thing way just ridiculously too long. So what I have to do is I have to reduce the size of it, and the pipe diameter is not the right diameter. Okay, so I want to stay with the proper diameter. So, what I've come up with for an alternative, instead of going back to the shock, plus this right here could interfere with the tire tread. So my other alternative was to go with these pipes right here. This one will be coming out of the expansion chamber, and it's going to go around it. So it'll be like this right here will be like that. So that'll come out of the pipe, come like that. This tip will be on the end, and then the exhaust will be on the end of the tip. So when I do that, see right here where all that is all ground up? That's where the old bracket was. We're going to have to weld it on the other side, and that will put the bracket right about here, and that'll allow me to bolt it down, and then that's how it'll look out the back. And then it'll be a one straight job pipe. So I think that's the way I'm going to go. And it will give me around the exhaust, like around the spring, be right about here, and then it'll have enough clearance for the expansion chamber for the shock. So that's what I've been working on today, because I want to get this thing buttoned up this week, get this exhaust all sandblasted, and get this thing blacked out, you know, the exhaust and all that. And we still have to, what we're going to do, okay, if you guys could follow along with me here, we're going to tack weld some nuts to it. We're going to do a nut here and here, and then we're going to do a diamond cage around it. Okay, so when I say diamond cage, what do I mean by that? I'm going to show you what I mean. Back on my Virago, and I will show you real quick. See this cage right here? We're going to do something like this thin wire, like it's strong, it's like a steel, you know, flat stock. We're going to bend that in the shape of a diamond with a couple of cross beams in it, and be able to nut that on there, and then it'll give us a guard so we don't burn ourselves. That's what this is. This is the leg guard for this side. And that right there will help us with the, you know, with the foot pegs and stuff like that. When you get your foot onto it, you won't burn yourself or your thigh. Pretty cool idea. Works well. See how the front one doesn't have one? I should put one on the front just for the sake of doing it. But, yeah, whatever. Who cares, right? So, anyway, that's where I'm at with that. So, I wanted to touch base with you guys and let you guys know that I have not forgotten about the expansion chamber, and that it is in the works. And not only that, we're going to do the factory one at the same time. The factory one I made, basically I took out the baffles, and because I'm going to use the baffle one on the, hold on. Okay, so this is my KE100 that I ride. All right. This one right here is going to get the non-baffled exhaust. Alright, so we're going to take this one. It's going to be jetted a little bit more. This is the one we convert to electronic ignition. It's going to get a little bit more of a nasty exhaust on it. Give it a little bit more power. get a little more, you know, oomph out of it, and should be a real good thing for the bike. The expansion chamber, that one, is not going to stay on this bike. Once we get the exhaust done, and we get it to where we need, where it's all sandblasted, all the welds are pretty, and everything looks really, really nice on it, this exhaust system is actually going to go on the KE102. I'm actually looking at having some metal letters made that are going to go here. It's going to say KE102 in Kawasaki green. So this is going to be blacked out. It's going to have the cage, the diamond cage, but inside the cage, it's going to say KE102. That's what we're trying to build. So that's the way I want to take the exhaust. The exhaust came out great up to this point, and then we're going to finish it off with that right there. So, in a nutshell, it shouldn't be that much longer. Thank you guys for bearing with me on this project. It's been a really cool one, and I'm really happy to be able to build something like that. This exhaust right here, a lot of people were talking about the length of the header pipe and the chamber in itself. Okay, this is going to work out just fine. And the reason for this, see how this pipe is really long? Okay, I've been getting a lot of crap for this long pipe. It's not going to matter, and I'm going to show you guys why it's not going to matter. Okay. Because, see this pipe right here, when it comes up to here, it's coming up to the same spot right here. It's the same, it's basically the same thickness. Then it starts to, right about here, it starts to go into the expansion chamber, which goes to about here. And then that's where your baffles are, right here. So, in an essence, I'm making the same thing as you would if you took the baffles out of this. Okay, it's the same volume, if you will. So I'm making it, I'm basically taking this longer piece and shortening it, because this is the up pipe right here. So you can see how this is the metal cage. It goes way up inside here. Okay, so it comes up to about here, the actual pipe, which is basically where mine comes up. Okay, so I got about, what, 2 inches here, and then if you go back over to my KD80, KED, same pipe. So I'm keeping the same, it just looks different, that's all. It's just a pipe. So, same thing, just without the guard on it. And then this expansion chamber here is the same width from here to here as the factory one, just instead of being squished into a oval tube, it's a complete circle tube. And it has more of a structural cone to it. Okay, you follow what I'm saying? So that other one doesn't have the cone aspect of it. It has baffles, like straight baffles. So this pipe is going to give me more power because it's cone shaped. You follow what I'm saying? And I kept it the right proper way. The larger cone here, shorter cone here. So it's going to expand, boom, and retract. So it's going to be a great pipe for this bike. And it's going to be a solid one, which is really nice. And you can see it's all welded up all the way around. We're going to do the same thing with the little flat stalks on the back. We're going to clean up all the welds, make it all look nice and pretty. Then after it's all said and done, we're going to black beauty it. You guys are probably like, what is black beauty? I hear that a lot. Kevin used that term a lot, and I'm going to show you what that is right now. Alright, so black beauty is a sandblasting material. And this is what it looks like right here. It's just fine sand. This is what we blast with, sandblast with. Okay? So, this stuff right here I got for free because it got a little wet. So it's going to have to dry out, which is fine. I've got plenty of it. This stuff that's in this gas can right here is all dry, and I got more in there. So we've got plenty of black beauty to sandblast with. This is what we used on my frame on the KE102 build before we painted it. So we're actually getting there. We're making some good progress with this bike. Alright. So that's what we're going to use to sandblast with. I want to show you guys something. If you notice on the exhaust, you have a big pipe in the front right here. And part of the way these bikes get their power is the reduction of the pipe in the back. So, look at how small that tip is. The small pipe in the back. That's how these bikes get their horsepower and torque. Is by having a long flute in the back, and it just shocks it back. You know, these right here don't have baffles in them. This is an on-road bike, an off-road bike. So the off-road bikes don't have the mufflers, the baffles, like these do. So I just figured I'd do a quick video, give you guys a little update of what's going on with the bike, because I know a lot of you guys have been expecting me to do this thing, get this thing done, and I'm going to get this thing done for you, because this is going to open up a whole other video. Once I do the exhaust to this, guess what we have to do, guys? Anybody? That's correct. Jet. We got to rejet the carburetor. Because you can't do a custom exhaust and not rejet. Doing so, not doing so I should say, can cause a lean condition and cause you to burn up the engine. So we're going to be going larger on the jet, which is making it more rich. Because leaving the jet that's in there is going to lean it out. Because, and why? How does that happen? Here's how it happens. The engine's basically an air pump, okay? The baffles hold back the pressures, okay? Giving you back pressure. Alright, so the engine is not sucking in the amount of fuel that if it had a free-flowing exhaust would take. So now that we're making a free-flowing exhaust, I mean the exhaust coming up, boom, bang, out the exhaust pipe, okay, this engine can breathe better. Yep, there we go, it can breathe better. When it breathes, it needs to be able to be fed. So that's where the jets come in place, and we're going to rejet. So that's the plans for this one right here, and we are going to rejet. We're going to start off with a bigger base, and we're going to work our way down. Never start off with the next jet up. Always go a few jets higher and work your way down. So you want the bike to run like crap at first and run better as you go, not the opposite way around. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. If you guys have any questions or any comments, by all means, please send them my way. Guys, you guys are loving me. I love you guys. 878 subscribers. Thank you guys for all your support. I am looking so forward to keep doing these bikes and doing them up for you. We have a lot of stuff going on, and we're just going to keep plugging away, one bike at a time. So we're back on this bike right here. This is a short video, an update video, explaining to you about the exhaust. And we got to get that nailed down. I think we did. I think going around the shock would be a bad idea. I think, hold on, I'm making a video. And I think that using these little spaces inside here, which is the actual diameter, I think is not going to be good for it. So, anyway, we're going to go with this exhaust system here that I custom made. And put that like that. And then it's just going to be whoop, right out the exhaust. We have the bracket here for the marker light, and which is going to allow us to be able to mount it solid. And I like being able to use factory stuff because I was going to drill a hole. There's a bolt up underneath here. If you look, I don't know if you guys can see it or not. See that bolt right? Where am I? Right here. There's one on this side too. And I was just going to drill a hole right here, and then put the a little spacer, and then boom, have it hanging out. I don't want to do that. I'd rather just use a factory mount where we can hang it. The marker light can go through it again. It'll be a solid connection, and then the bracket will just clamp on to, not clamp, but be welded to here. So the exhaust will be looking like this.
Daddy?
Hold on, buddy.
You wanna come?
So anyway, that's the update right there for you guys. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. If you guys have any questions, comments, like I said, please send them my way. Thank you for sharing my page. And you guys rock. Talk to you guys later. Bye.